Yuba-Sutter.Live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. You may be seated.
Through the chair before we sit down. Sorry.
Yes.
I should have thrown there. I want to pray that all the kids have a great year this year in school. A lot of first days started this week. So good luck to everyone. May they have the best year ever this year. Thank you.
Awesome. Amen to that, right? Okay, now we go to presentations. So actually, board, we'll step up front.
Will Tina Levy with Tri-County's Breastfeeding Alliance please join the board up front for a presentation of a proclamation recognizing August 2025 as National Breastfeeding Awareness Month.
Okay, welcome. This is National Breastfeeding Awareness Month, August 2025. The Tri-Counties Breastfeeding Alliance of Colusa, Sutter, and Yuba counties was established in 2015 as a 501c3 nonprofit charitable educational trust. The TCBA joins together local health professionals who support families and breastfeeding mothers through education, outreach, and advocacy. The TCBA partners with agencies and commissions such as First Five of Colusa and Yuba counties, Sutter County Children and Families First Commission, AMPLA and Sutter County WIC programs, County Maternal Child and Adolescent Health, Adventist Right Out Mother and Baby Unit, Regional Breastfeeding Liaisons, Harmony Health, and state breastfeeding organizations such as the California Breastfeeding Coalition. Wow, that's quite a bit. Over the past 10 years, the TCBA has organized several professional breastfeeding conferences for our local nurses, health agencies, staff, and peer counselors, bringing national speakers to our area to present on topics such as maternal mental health and lactation and medications. The efforts of the TCBA, their activities, and support of families with children, and specifically breastfeeding mothers, leads to a healthy community. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors hereby proclaim August 2025 as National Breastfeeding Awareness Month in Sutter County and recognizes the 10th anniversary of the Tri-Counties Breastfeeding Alliance and their efforts to empower mothers and to nurture our community's children. Thank you, guys. I'm going to give you the mic. Say a few words.
We want to thank the supervisors, Jeff, Carm, Mike, Dan, and Jeff. Our organization encompasses Sutter, Yuba, and Colusa counties. Though we are a small professional group, in the past 10 years, we've made great strides in ensuring all our new moms and families start out in good health. An example of one of these moms is, and I quote, "I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Dina and Mindy and their lactation consultants that work at the hospital. I have now been breastfeeding my second son for 15 months, made it to 14 months with my first son, and pumped milk until over 2 years. They helped me so much with both kids. If it was not for these wonderful ladies, I would never have made it that far with either. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Through COVID and everything, you ladies are fantastic," unquote. And I'd also want to introduce Inger. She's a registered nurse at the hospital and also a lactation consultant. And we're both served as presidents of the Tri-Counties Breastfeeding Alliance over the last 10 years. And anyone else that's involved with the TCBA or other organizations, well, please stand, organizations that help with breastfeeding. I know some of the WIC staff are here. So. You
guys come on up here.
Oh. So we have Faith. She's our registered dietitian and also supports breastfeeding moms. And then we have Kathy, who is one of our WIC nutrition assistants. She speaks Spanish and she also helps with breastfeeding moms on a daily basis.
Thank you. And we have our professional photographer here today. Supervisor Stevens said, "Are we done?" Sometimes we have a lot of great presentations, so it's a good way to meet community members for us. So we're honored when we get to do presentations. I know we have another presentation coming up, which the clerk will announce, and we're honored to hear about what's coming up with this event. So,
Will Denise Landis and Marnie Sanders please come up front for a presentation on the Farm to Fork Feast in the Yuba-Sutter community?
did you guys want to stand here in the front with this mic, or you're more than welcome? You got a great crowd.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Chair and Board of Supervisors. My name is Marnie Sanders, and I'm with Blue Zones Project Yuba-Sutter, and Denise Landis, who's a great partner of ours, is helping with this amazing event that we are bringing to our community. The event is called A Taste of Tradition, Chef Yia Vang's Farm to Fork Feast, that it will happen in downtown Marysville. But this is an opportunity, I think, like none other in our community. I don't know how many people may have heard of Chef Yia Vang. He is a restaurateur. He owns his own restaurant in downtown Minneapolis called The Vinay. He is internationally recognized. You could Google him and find him on different food shows. And this guy is so incredibly passionate about food, about storytelling, and intertwining his story and the importance of food in our lives and our food systems, and how it all integrates into creating a healthier and better community for all. And that is perfectly aligned with Blue Zones and why we are involved in this event. So it is happening on September 27th from 5 until 9 o'clock in downtown Marysville, like I said. But what's even more special about this event, it is part of the Terra Madre Americas. I didn't know anything about Terra Madre. I'm just a simple girl. I'm not a real foodie. I like to eat. But the Terra Madre is an event that started back in the 1980s. It started in Italy. And it was in response to this slow food movement. And this movement started when folks wanted to put up a McDonald's in a very historic area in Italy. And what they wanted to do was preserve this food culture and honor and recognize our producers, our farmers, and all those people that are involved in bringing food to our tables. And so that's been going on for all this time. And now there is a Terra Madre Americas that is happening in Sacramento. And our community was recognized as this beautiful area to really feature during this Terra Madres America. So this event is actually part of that larger event, which is going to give us the opportunity to get a lot of news media spotlighting our area. I think this could be great for tourism for us. And this could quite possibly serve as a catalyst to the Yuba-Sutter Farm to Fork, which is a newer group that started out wanting to do this Farm to Fork dinner, and then agreed to partner up with Blue Zones to do this event with Chef Yia Vang coming in and creating this traditional Hmong feast in downtown Marysville. The other beautiful thing about this is that we will be working with our local Hmong farmers, both in Yuba and Sutter counties. Chef Yuba-Sutter even knows some of those farmers in the area. He wants to go out to the farms and he wants to talk to our farmers. He really wants to know about our community, so he puts on the best dinner possible. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Blue Zones is happy to be the presenting sponsor, and I know that we're working on sponsorships as well. But like I said, I think this event is going to be like nothing that we've ever experienced. When you come to this event, we're not going to have raffles and presentations. Chef Yuba-Sutter will be helping to serve. He will be telling his story throughout. I don't think I mentioned, but the Vinay restaurant, it's named after the refugee camp that his family was in before they came to America. Chef Yuba-Sutter has cooked alongside Dan Buettner, who is the founder of Blue Zones, and he even has a recipe in our cookbook. So again, I think we have a celebrity chef coming to the Yuba-Sutter area to cook us this meal. Tickets are on sale. We do have a website, and I don't remember what the website is. Do you?
It's yubasutterfarm2fork.com, but it's the number 2. Yep.
And we do have some flyers that we've left behind, and there's a QR code. Tickets to the event are $100. I think well worth the whole experience. I think that's it. Did you want anything else? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you there. Question? Do you have a question? Okay. That sounds like a very exciting event. It really does. I can't wait. I mean, to know that it's part of the Terra Madre event too. I think every other year it's in Italy, right? And then do they do it in other countries every year that it's not in Italy, or is it always in the U.S.?
So it's the Americas.
Okay. Okay. Is it the first time in Sacramento? Wow, this is great. So bringing Yuba-Sutter to the world through Sacramento through this event. Awesome. Thank you for the presentation. Okay, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is public comment, where members of the public will be allowed to address the board on items of interest to the public that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Board of Supervisors. State law provides that no discussion or action may be taken on any item not appearing on the posted agenda. With that, talk to Madam Clerk. Do we have public speakers?
Yes, we have 7. The first speaker is Scott Coonan.
Okay. Scott. How are you, my friend?
Honorable members of the Board of Supervisors and to the public here, my name is Scott Coonan, and I'm only going to be here for just a short bit of time. On June the 30th last, my wife, Carolyn, decided to go next door to the world of spirits. And her passing was honored by this board. And a week or so ago, I received a letter from this board expressing their condolences and sympathy to me. Now, just briefly, so that you might know why they would do that. My wife, for years, was a substitute teacher for the Yuba City Unified School District, and she taught Supervisor Carm Baines on many instances. I'm sure you could talk to him privately about how many times she talked to him. My wife's daughter, Becky Flores, is married to Supervisor Dan Flores's younger brother. And as far as Jeff Stevens is concerned, I rather suspect that only God knows how many pies and watermelons and cookies and whatever else my wife may have purchased from his store south of town. And the other two supervisors, I can't recall any personal association between them and my wife other than the fact that because of who they are and what they do, them and my wife probably fought together in the same foxhole in the war in heaven. On behalf of my family, for the letter that you sent and your concerns, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Melissa Jenkins. I had to look down at my paper. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I want to start by thanking you for the opportunity to speak with you this afternoon. My name is Melissa Jenkins. I'm a resident of Yuba City, a constituent of Supervisor Egan-Meyer, and a member of the Sutter County Employees Association. In May, I celebrated 10 years as a Sutter County employee in Health and Human Services, Eligibility, and Employment Services. I'm here today because I love my job. Every day I go to work, I get to make a positive impact in my community. I'm sure as public servants yourselves, you're familiar with the satisfaction and fulfillment that comes from serving others. Recent changes to the state and federal budgets are going to significantly impact my ability to help your constituents. And I understand that these changes will also impact the county budget, and you may not be able to afford a practical cost of living adjustment for general, supervisory, and professional employee bargaining unit. I understand that. Because of that, the Sutter County Employees Association has recommended an increase to the county share of the health insurance premiums, which are set to increase 20% in 2026. This recommendation from the Sutter County Employees Association would not benefit me personally, as I switched to the high deductible plan after I lost my husband to cancer 3 years ago and could no longer afford the premiums while trying to survive on my income alone. So even though I'm struggling to make ends meet on my county wages, I am not here to speak for a fair contract on my behalf. I am here for my coworkers, my neighbors, my friends, who will not be able to afford the increase in their health insurance premiums and may be forced to find employment elsewhere. I'm here on their behalf because I am a public employee. I've dedicated the last 10 years of my professional career to helping others and serving my community. I'm asking you to remember the commitment you made to serving this community and to agree to a fair contract that includes an increase to the county share of our 2026 health insurance premiums. Once again, I would like to thank you for your time and for your consideration for this important issue.
Thank you for your comments.
Heather?
Good afternoon, members of the board and members of the public.
I'm sorry, you were introduced. Are you Heather?
We're flexible.
Oh,
My
okay.
name is Robert.
So we just need to have your name as an introduction. If you would just state your name,
Yes,
please.
hello everyone. My name is Robert. I am Taveros. I am an employee of Sutter County Public Health.
Great, thank you for coming.
Yes. Good afternoon, members of the board, members of the public. I'm here today to speak on the behalf of the dedicated workers of Sutter County. These are the workers that keep our community running, from public health to social services, from road maintenance to library. These are our neighbors and friends, and they're all facing a crisis that affects all of us, the rising cost of living due to inflation. This is not an abstract economic problem. It is a daily reality that is stretching family budgets to their breaking point. The cost of living in Yuba City is 11% higher than the national average. Essential expenses like food, transportation, healthcare, and housing have seen the largest increases since before the pandemic. We're going to take a look at the numbers. An average one-bedroom apartment in Yuba City is $1,200 a month for one bedroom. Water and sewage average about $110 a month. Electricity, $160 a month. Gas, $160 a month. Waste and recycling, $130 per month. Internet and phone, $120 a month. Liability insurance for car, $50 a month. Car maintenance and gas, $180 a month. Food for one person, average of $350 a month. This totals monthly expenses to be about $2,460 a month. With an employee who works 40 hours a week for $22 an hour, that makes for $3,058 a month after taxes, minus $65 per month in healthcare premiums, $130 if the employee has a dependent. This leaves $2,993 to $2,928 in take-home pay. But after expenses, that leaves $553 to $468 for savings and or extra costs, not including healthcare copays and deductibles, clothing, hygiene, etc. If you have a child, add the additional costs for childcare, which averages between $820 to $1,328 per month per child, leaving the employees in the red each month. Our own Yuba City website states that for a single adult, you need to make $4,363 per month in order to live in Yuba City. And if you have a dependent, you would need to make $6,998. To work in Sutter County with a full-time job, you would still be in the deficit each month. California minimum wage is set to go up 2.9% this year, and the county is only offering less than 2%. With higher prolonged healthcare costs forcing Sutter County employees to take another hit with the cost of living, we're constantly chasing California's inflation costs. The bare minimum is not enough for survival. For many of our county workers, a significant portion of their paycheck is already dedicated to just keeping a roof over their family's head. When you have the rising cost of groceries, with food prices up 25% since 2019, health coverage costs raising by 21%, it becomes clear that the current salaries will no longer provide a living wage that reflects the economic reality of our community. Having affordable health care is imperative to our employees. With the rising cost of insurance premiums, many of us cannot afford the $100 to $300 additional cost per pay period. The middle class is barely surviving. The employees are not asking for luxury. We're asking for wages, fair wages, and health coverage that keeps pace with the cost of survival. We risk losing skilled, experienced, and dedicated individuals who have a deep understanding of the needs of our community. We see many of our fellow employees being forced to seek employment in surrounding counties because they have better benefits and higher pay to provide for their families. Our neighboring county, Sacramento, is equal to the maxed out pay for employees in Sutter County. By approving a fair and just wage increase and affordable health care, you're not just investing in the employees, you're investing in the stability and future of Sutter County and ensuring that the people who serve our communities can afford to live in it.
Great. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your comments.
Eva Campos.
Hi there, I'm Heather. I'm a Sutter County employee with Child Welfare Services. I'm going to finish this speech. To really understand the community you're representing, you should really look at the jobs your county employees do every single day. I encourage you, no, I dare you, to spend a day with a member of the psych unit, your public health communicable diseases, social workers, and outreach providers having to deal with hostile situations without the necessary resources to do so. Our county workers do the work that needs to be done for a community to flourish. Cutting up these resources means hurting a community over and over again. We hope you reconsider the proposed negotiation that greatly impacts the hardworking employees of this county, and you bargain fairly with the union's bargaining team. Thank you. If you'd like a copy of this letter, we can email it to the clerk after this meeting.
Please do email it to the clerk. Appreciate that, and appreciate your comments. Thank you.
Donna Johnston.
Good afternoon, Honorable Board of Supervisors. Just want to give you an update on what may or may not be happening with the potential redistricting election and what that might mean for Sutter County. At this point in time, county elections officials have been asked to give estimates of cost to our leadership and our association, which was then going up to the Secretary of State's office for that. When I was president of that association a few years ago, statewide it was over $174 million for a statewide recall election. So we anticipate that that was in 2021. So we anticipate those costs going up. For Sutter County, I gave in the estimate of $250,000. We are at this point hoping that the state will give us the funds to conduct the election should it be called. It's anticipated to be called by August 22nd. If we have any potential line changes for the congressional seats, there'll be an additional $11,000 to $12,000 to implement those changes. Thankfully, we have GIS. Use everything with GIS and verify everything with our GIS system to do everything that will help us reduce that cost. But that cost is still going to come in around $12,000 to make any line changes. And then if we have any line changes for congressional districts, we've been wholly contained for a while. If that were to change with the redistricting, then it would cause more ballot types, thereby increasing the cost of elections going forward. So everything that was in, if a congressional district was split, say, Highway 99 on one side or the other, for instance, it would create a separate ballot type for every contest that's on the other side of, the east side of the highway versus the west side of the highway. So I just want to give you an update. We don't know at this point in time if it will be called. It's leaning very heavily in that direction. And again, we just hope to have funds augmented to the counties to be able to offset that. And if you have any questions.
Any questions from the board? Thank you, Donna, for your comments and keeping us abreast of what's going on, because we are sort of in the air as well with you, and whatever support you need from us, of course, you'll keep us informed. So appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Tony Farley.
Go Union, man. Tony Farley, Northeast City, Willow Drive, 20 Willow Drive. Yeah, thank Brand Barnes for his service, the funny baddest sheriff ever. Thank you, Cadet Deputy, for his service. Thank you, Sacramento Bee News Network, for his service. Sacramento Bee, during Officer Rodarty's procession. I see a lot of news people there from Sacramento. Thank you, Bill, lawyer Bill, the best lawyer ever. Thank you, Professor Steve Smith of Stanford Law, King School. Thank you, Jet Boone, Jet Boone, the Boone. Thank you, Jet Boone. Carl Baines, thank you, Carl Baines. Thank you, Carl Baines. The best supervisor ever, Carl Baines, the Johnny Tractor. Thank you, Dan Flores. Dan Flores, Star Wars. Star Wars is Sutter County, man. Thank you, Jeff Stevens, the Pumpkin Pie at Jeff Stevens Farmhouse. Next birthday in March 2026, when I turn 31, a Pumpkin Pie again, Pumpkin Pie. And Mike Zinglebar, my honker versus your Huskies. My honker versus your Huskies. Thank you, Sarah Airport Rios. Thank you, Sarah Reserves. Thank you, Don Johnson, elections lady. Thank you, T. Hessel, Kat Patel, FBI, Kat Patel. Thank you, Stephanie and Gina. Thank you, Sergeant over there. Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you, Union. We need union. a lot of money when you get good benefits, get paychecks, everything.
Agree.
Support the union. And thank you, Zachary Hamble, man. Zachary Hamble. Oh, yes, man. And thank you, Dr. Lill. Thank you for your service, everybody. Yeah.
All right, no further comments. And we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the consent calendar. We will be are considered non-controversial or for which prior policy direction has been given to staff and that require only routine action by the board. The chair will advise the audience that the matters may be adopted in total or by one motion. However, the board may at its option or upon request of a member of the public consider any matter separately. I'd entertain a motion for consent approval.
Through the chair.
Yes, Supervisor Baines.
Move to approve the consent, removing item number 13.
Okay, I have a motion for consent. Do I have a second? Second. Okay, second by Supervisor Ziegemeier. Roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegenmeier?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Consent carries. We'll move to public hearings.
Public hearing to introduce an ordinance amending the Sutter County Ordinance Code by amending Chapter 791 relating to camping and storage of personal property on private and public property, waive the full reading, direct the clerk to read the title only, and continue the item to August 26, 2025 for adoption.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair and Board of Supervisors. Sutter County, along with other jurisdictions in the Yuba-Sutter area, has experienced an increase in camping and storage of personal property in unauthorized areas. In 2017, a high water event caused an emergency removal of individuals camping at the Feather River bottoms, including the removal of their personal property. The subsequent cleanup of the river bottoms cost Sutter County approximately $250,000. There is an immediate need to clarify the definitions of prohibited conduct related to prohibitions against the unauthorized storage of personal property on private and public property and unauthorized camping. The amendment of Chapter 791 to the Code of Ordinances will provide constitutional safeguards for all persons and to enable effective and timely enforcement of these prohibitions. The proposed ordinance amendments of the Sutter County Ordinance Code, Chapter 791, include to revise 791-150 penalty for violation to read, any violation of any provision of this chapter may be charged in the discretion of the enforcing officer as a misdemeanor or an infraction. A violation may be charged as a misdemeanor if the offender has been warned to discontinue the conduct constituting an infraction, but continues to do the conduct. It also revises 791-070C, stored property / impoundment, to include the words "or within 100 yards," specifying that moving personal property to another location in the same private or public property or within 100 yards shall not be considered removing the personal property from private or public property. Sutter County, along with Yuba County and the cities of Live Oak, Yuba City, and Marysville, and Wheatland, various nonprofit and faith-based organizations all work to enhance and coordinate all aspects of intervention activities and enforcement response to the hazardous conditions created by unpermitted camping and storage of personal properties in the areas that are not appropriate or safe to conduct those activities. The proposed amendments refine the ordinance for better enforcement of the overall effect or effort to protect all citizens from these hazardous conditions. Therefore, it is requested that these two proposed ordinance amendments to Chapter 791 are placed on the agenda of the next Board of Supervisors meeting for a second reading and adoption.
Okay, thank you, Laura. I will open this up for a public hearing. Any members of the public have any comments? Okay, there being none, we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for comments. Any board comments from the supervisors? Supervisor Ziegemeier, did you have?
No, through the chair, I was going to say she's right. You know, we have all these wonderful organizations here in town. We got a camping area right there on 2nd Street. I mean, we have everything. It's about, you know, here's more tools to enforce it.
Okay.
Make it happen. I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by Supervisor, second by Supervisor Baines. Roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegenmeier?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. The motion carries. I'll ask the clerk to read the ordinance, please.
An ordinance of the County of Sutter, amending the Sutter County Ordinance Code by amending sections 791-070 and 791-150 relating to camping and storage of personal property on private and public property.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Appreciate the presentation. Next item.
Public hearing to consider approval of the fiscal year 2025-26 roadwork plan in the amount of $13,416,562 for proposed expenditures for county road purposes.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair and Supervisors. So back before your board to discuss our road plan presentation. On the exhibit in front of you, you'll notice that we made some changes based upon some of your direction at our meeting back in July. So the grayed out items include that on line 17, we removed the money that was appropriated for the Acacia Avenue sidewalk improvements. And then we've added additional funds to line 15, the road overlays, just shy of $900,000. You can see from the column that those funds are going to be coming out of the road fund because the SB1 resolution was approved and authorized by your board at the past meeting. If we scroll to the next sheet. So the next sheet, this identifies some of the roads that would be subject to pavement work in the coming years. The gray section or the gray segments on the bottom, road fund segments as they're identified, are the ones that we have added in response to the past meeting. I understand there may be a follow-up change coming from your board this afternoon, but just wanted to identify the fact that we did add segments and appropriated additional monies to address these segments. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions or discuss more of the road plan.
Okay, thank you, Neil. We'll first open up public hearing. Are there any comments from the public? Okay, there being none.
Actually, we do have one.
Oh, we do have one. Oh,
Yes.
Bring it back. Okay, thank you.
Casey Toole.
Welcome, Casey.
Good afternoon, Board of Supervisors. My name is Casey Toll. I'm a district rep for operating engineers, Local 3. We cover 7 counties here locally. We are the heavy equipment operators. I wanted to just speak on this. I'm talking to a lot of the counties about promoting local hire, putting something in the bid documents for these paving jobs so that we can get Sutter County residents doing the work. We have 800 members that live just in Sutter County alone, and they travel every day to Sacramento or Fairfield, the Bay Area, Stockton to work, and there's work going on in our own counties. When the out-of-town people come do the work here, they make the money, they take the money back to wherever they live. The money doesn't get spent in our communities. So we're here promoting local hire. We had an incident up in Yuba County in Camptonville. We had a project up there that was supposed to be done with local hire. They hired a contractor out of Florida to do the work. So they brought people from Florida over to do the work out there. They're not even registered with the DIR. They're up in some steep country. We actually had a fatality up there last week. So it's pretty unsafe. Yuba County residents aren't getting the work. So I just like to see something with local hire put into the bid documents when we do these projects. So thank you.
Okay, thank you for your comments. I'm going to bring that question back to you, Neil. Do we have some points or credits that go to local hiring for the RFP process?
So I believe our purchasing ordinance gives a 5% preference to local vendors. I don't believe it applies to contractors because there is the state public contract code, but I can follow up with our county counsel's office and our general services as purchasing agent to discuss that more and see what we could put. I think I'll also reach out to Mr. Toll, I believe, that so our department is going to be hiring operators, and we are in need of some good qualified operators that could live and work locally. Our HR department will be recruiting probably within the next month. And we need to add positions to our department for some vacancies. So any help that you could provide, we would greatly appreciate it.
Great. So if you want to make sure to provide your contact information, and I didn't know Neil would be doing a recruiting today, but that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it, you know. With that, I'm going to close the public hearing, and then I'll bring it back to board for comments. Supervisor Ziegelmeyer, you look ready to...
No, I was going to say I'm glad you commented on that, Supervisor Flores. I know Jeff Stevens and I, Supervisor Stevens and I sit on Public Works, and it's, I mean, yeah, we love seeing these contracts that have given out, you know, been going local, and do whatever we can to keep those contracts local, keep our people to work, because that makes a lot of sense. They live here, spend their money here, come out from out of state, and whatever we can do legally to help facilitate that, I think all 5 of us are going to support.
Thank you, Supervisor Ziegelmeyer. Supervisor Stevens?
Neil, you made reference to something coming maybe later on today or tomorrow as far as projects, or can you enlighten us any on that, or what may be coming?
I'm sorry, for future road project?
I thought you mentioned that there was another project you were looking at.
Oh, I believe potentially Supervisor Boone may want to make a modification to the District 1 list. So I was just going to essentially wait for that opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Supervisor Boone?
To the chair?
Yes, Supervisor Boone.
Yeah, you know, Neil, my eyesight isn't really that good, and I'm not sure what roads you've identified there. And unfortunately, we weren't given a list to identify that. And I just wondered, let's see what you've got there. So, yes, I definitely want to make a change.
Okay.
So I traveled on Almond Drive. It's one of the better streets in District 1. So I want to take that off. And I'd like to replace that with Williston Road, if that's possible.
Okay.
And and if all those others are in list there, they're in line to, let's see, we've got Hampton Road. So we've got 2 roads is what we're working on.
Yeah, and then down below in the grade area, we added Nevada Street and Schroeder Road. Schroeder Road from Pennington to the north end, and Nevada Street from Nevada Street to the where it ties into State Route 99.
Okay, the list that I received includes Clark Road and Schroeder. And I see Schroeder Road there.
Right, so due to some funding limitations, we tried to go, I think at a previous, through the previous board meeting, we went and identified all of those roads that we then tried to look at maybe what were the worst and in need of the most pressing need repairs. So we identified both Nevada and then the north end of Schroeder. So then the south end of Schroeder, and there's a segment of Clark as it ties into Larkin that could be put in a subsequent road plan, and that's what we tried to do for, it would be potentially the 26, 27.
Oh, so that's for the following road plan. where does the following road plan come on into effect? Is that the gray area?
No, so we would maintain a list in our office, right, of roads that then, so we try to make essentially a multi-year list. That's a lot of how some of these roads were proposed. They were from past road plans that for a variety of reasons either didn't get worked or got pulled or were leftovers. And so we would maintain an ultimate list. So I can maybe go back to the earlier slide. One of the I'll just say challenges that we work with is the income source or the funding limitations. And I think as I previously explained, so we primarily use the SB1s for our road maintenance, the road paving and stuff. For this year, you can see that we have a fair amount of money that is allocated for the Mark Hopkins bridge replacement, culvert replacement. We get about 4.5 to 4.7 million a year these days from SB1 funds. And so we're trying to use that, but we have it allocated to a variety of different sources and uses for this next year to try to do the road overlays as well as and we're finishing up the last year's overlays and this year's overlays. So that's why there's kind of a double line. And then we've included money. Previously, a board made the authorization that as part of the 99 Oswald intersection improvements, the county was responsible and entered an agreement to pay $1.5 million of the construction funds. So that's where the $754,000 goes. This should be the final year of that payment since they are projected to finish the work within the next month or so. And then the reason why we're a little bit over the 4.5, 4.7 is we have a balance of SB1 funds that we're trying to use up this year. So that's why we've gone through it all. So in subsequent years, we would come back with another list of roads that we could propose for consideration. Maybe in advance of the board meeting, we could either, schedule meetings with each of your supervisors to discuss what you think may be roads within your districts of particular interest.
Okay. Gina, if you could move it back to the original slide for District 1, please. So are we saying that all those are going to be taken care of this year, or how many are not going to be taken care of?
Yes, those would all be taken care of this year. So the top portion would be funded. The portion of the contract would be funded from the original SB1 allowance.
Okay.
And then the bottom portion would be funded through road fund balance.
Okay. And then we're going to switch out Ammon for Williston?
Yes, under your direction.
Then, so if we're looking at the 26, 27, are we going to, where does the Sanders Road Bridge plug in?
So that's going to be the other big allocation of SB1 funds. It's about $2.2 million is the current construction estimate. So yeah, that would ideally go to bid the late spring, and then the contract would be awarded in June, and then construction would start in the summer, which is the following fiscal year.
And that would be of 26 or 27?
Yes, 26, 27.
Okay. One more question. I hate to tie you up here, but so when these jobs go out, these are going to be prevailing wage jobs. Is that correct?
Yes, everything we as the county do is prevailing wage.
Prevailing wage / union. Is that what we're talking about?
So it's considered prevailing wage, and so the contractors have to be registered with the Department of Industrial Relations, and they have to submit certified payroll before we can pay their invoices.
Okay, I'm just trying to tie in Casey's.
I think Casey is a local.
He's a local 3, right? But we're talking union labor here with the operators engineering.
So we've been, as you're probably aware, we've been pretty fortunate. The last 2 years, our local overlay contracts have gone to All American Construction, which is a local contractor utilizing, local personnel. And we have a handful of other local contractors that bid on our various projects, both road and at some point this year. Very soon, we'll actually be bidding out construction projects for facilities. They're a little different that they're not local 3, but still quite often local contractors bid on them and are successful.
Okay, I appreciate your time. We've used that company, All American, up in Live Oak to do a few roads. So I appreciate your time and effort, and I appreciate Casey coming today to recognize our employees need to be making prevailing wage and make sure we count the union in. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Boone. Supervisor Baines?
Through the chair.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve staff's recommendation, but with the amendment or the change that's been requested by Supervisor Boone, and also to see if there is some way you could put some language in there that we were referring to earlier about the local hire. So that'd be my recommendation or my motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Supervisor Baines, a second by Supervisor Boone.
To the chair?
Yes.
Could we hold on one moment, please?
Sure, absolutely. Do we need to change the motion?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Under the public contract code, there are really specific requirements about what can and cannot be into a bid proposal.
Okay.
Without going back and looking into the fact of whether we can put a local vendor preference into those, I would recommend at this point that the board not include that in the motion, just in case it isn't authorized and it would negate the bids.
If it is authorized, can we put that in? I guess, can you look at it to see if it can be included?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Through the chair, please.
Yes.
I have a question on Supervisor. I'm not familiar with those two roads that we're talking about exchanging and the cost of payment and everything. Are they equivalent in size and scope?
I believe they are, yes. It's just one is probably mid-range roads in District 1, where the road I asked to exchange probably falls in one of the worst 6 or 7 roads in District 1.
Right, but size, scope of the
Yes.
project is
Yes.
equivalent.
Very similar.
Can legal counsel, for clarification, are you saying we need to change the language of the motion, or are you good with the language of the motion?
I think if you put if approved by county council on the motion, I think that would be fine.
Okay, Supervisor Baines, you'll change the language to that wording? Okay, great, thank you. And then I have a motion and a second, and so if we can have a roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegenmeyer?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
Aye.
To the chair.
Yes.
Sorry, and I just have one request, just in the future, or before the next time that we come, before if we could have a public road workshop, bring the community in, maybe it's a town hall, that way all the community members could participate and let us know which roads are actually more important to them than others.
I think that's a great idea. So, okay, so the motion carries. So then we will, and that's all we have, right? Motion carries. So we'll move on to the appearance items.
Introduction of 2 ordinances establishing 50-mile-per-hour speed limits for Nicholas Avenue starting 2,066 feet west of the intersection with Pacific Avenue and ending 1,241 feet east of the intersection with Pacific Avenue, and Pacific Avenue starting 1,325 feet south of the intersection with Nicholas Avenue and ending 1,860 feet north of the intersection with Nicholas Avenue. Waive the full reading, direct the clerk to read the titles only, and continue the item to the meeting of August 26, 2025 for adoption. Right here?
Once again, Chair and Supervisors, so as the title reads, this is for your consideration of installing speed limits on Nicholas Avenue and Pacific Avenue in the vicinity of East Nicholas High School. The department received an inquiry from the school administration due to speeding concerns, so staff did traffic studies in April and May and summarize those findings in that if you're not familiar with how speed limits are set in California, you identify the 85th percentile, which is the speed that 85% of the drivers are traveling at on a roadway, and that is typically how speed limits are set. So on these 2 roads in question, the speeds were between 52 and 55. There is a provision that you can have a 5-mile-an-hour reduction. Currently, the speed limit is unposted, which would mean it's 55 miles an hour, except for the 25-mile-an-hour school zones. So we're seeking, with your board's approval, to install 50-mile-an-hour speed limit signs on the roads in the vicinity of the school in order to inform drivers and hopefully curtail some speeding. So the 85th percentile is, like I say, is that number, but that means that there's also 15% of the people that are driving in excess of the 52 to 55 miles an hour. So, and you can see the proximity to the intersection and the speed limit or the stop signs. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you, Neil. Then I'll ask the board if there's any comments or questions. Okay, then I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Okay, first by Supervisor Bain, second by Supervisor Stevens, and I will ask for a roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegenmeyer? Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
Aye.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The ayes have it. The motion carries, and I'll ask you to read the title of the ordinance.
Both ordinances are titled, An Ordinance of the County of Sutter, amending the Sutter County Ordinance Code by adding to Section 1100-100 relating to the prima facie speed limits.
I'll say thank you for your consideration. I guess I also want to point out, in addition to all of our other esteemed guests from the county here, our principal engineer Lupe has 2 college interns that are serving in our department for the summer as we work with HR to try to recruit more younger students, local students, to join our department in the future.
That's excellent. Thank you. Welcome, guys. Let's give them a round of applause for joining us today. Okay, so we'll move on to the next item.
Approval of an advanced step request for a Deputy County Administrative Officer at Step 6.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members of the board. Veronica Baumgardner, HR Director. As you may know, the Deputy CAO position has been vacant since December of 2024. This position is very critical within the department as it aids the CAO and their office in providing administrative support and assistance in the administration of the county. And performs many professional analytical functions, including the review and analysis of department budgets, programs, systems, and procedures. As you may also be aware, recruitment and retention challenges persist among all financial classifications amongst the county. In the county administrator's office, in this particular recruitment has began recruiting in December of 2024, and there was no viable candidates chosen at that time. We then reopened the recruitment in May through this past June, and the recruitment produced 4 qualified applicants. We have, along with the CAO's office, have identified a candidate that has exceptional qualifications and many years of experience working in local county government. They have extensive experience in budget management, financial policy analysis, project management, and strategic planning and financial reporting. Due to their many years of specialized experience and their leadership roles that this candidate has held, we would like to request an advanced step placement at a Step 6. I would like to point out that this position currently is 32.8% below market, which made it difficult to get and to retain these candidates. So we are asking for them to begin at a Step 6, which is an increase of $13,068 in the year. The county administrator's office anticipates that there will be salary and benefit savings that they will be able to use to offset that increase for fiscal year, so there should be no general fund impact for this fiscal year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Veronica. I'll bring it back to the board for discussion. Okay, no discussion, then I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, first by Supervisor Baines, second by Supervisor Ziegenmeyer. And I'll ask for a roll call vote on this one as well, please.
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegenmeyer?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
Aye.
Okay, ayes have it. Motion carries. We look forward to meeting our new person. Maybe the
Yes,
next
you.
meeting,
Thank you.
hopefully.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Do we know a start date
We're
at this
waiting for
point?
this.
Do we know a start date if they accept this?
No, not yet.
Okay, just curious. All right,
Thank
thank
you.
Before, through the chair,
Yeah.
I want to thank Leanne Link for helping us out over the
Yeah.
past few months. That was huge having her here, and we had to beg her to please stay, we need you. We can't find this position, can't find someone to fill this position, but I'm excited to finally have someone there.
She's been a huge support.
Great news to have someone else help us out with our
Great. Thank you, Supervisor Ziegemeier. And now we'll hear from Steve Smith.
Approval to support and participate in the Bounty of Sutter County Business Recognition Event, including authorization to provide support such as marketing assistance.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and Supervisors. This event, tentatively titled Bounty of Sutter County, is something we've been discussing for a while in the Economic Development Committee meetings. And the point really is to just honor local businesses that make this community what it is, and make sure that we honor and recognize them and celebrate them as part of our economic development program, and with support and partnership with the Yuba-Sutter Economic Development Corporation, and Executive Director Brenda Stranix is here from the EDC. So there is still some of this that is slightly tentative. The inaugural event, we're hoping to have this each year, is proposed for October 24th. The event is designed to recognize excellence and innovation among local businesses, promote community engagement and pride in Sutter County's economic landscape, highlight the importance of agriculture and local manufacturing to our regional community economy, and provide a platform for relationship building among local leaders, stakeholders, and businesses. And the proposed award categories are agricultural excellence, business growth, outstanding service, and rising star. So we estimate the cost of this to be around $30,000. However, it is our aim and our goal to get all of that covered through sponsorships. And I know the EDC will be working on that with various folks. So if the county were to need to contribute to close any budget there, we have funding available in our economic development program, which right now we don't have an economic development director, but we do have a consultant, as I spoke about at the last meeting. So I'm just looking for any input you may have, and otherwise we'll move forward setting up an event as soon as we have details nailed down on the location and final date, and then we'll get all of that announced publicly.
Thank you, Steve. I'm very excited about this event. This is a great way to recognize our local business success. You know, we were talking about local, and I think, you know, we don't do enough of this, and this is a great opportunity for us to be able to do so. So this looks like a great event, and looking forward to supporting it. So I'll bring it back to the board for any further comments.
Through the chair.
Ziegemeier.
It's going to be hard to give an award for the best growth in agriculture over the last year. My company, family's company, turns 80 years old this coming year. I believe we're the oldest manufacturer in Sutter County owned by the same family still. My dad started the company in 1946. And I've never seen agriculture this bad. Usually it's, you could rob Peter to pay Paul and everything evens out. But when there's no Peter to rob and everything is just, rice prices are the lowest they've ever seen. Hay prices, you all read reports this past weekend that beef prices are the highest in history. But yet, what do you feed the cows? You feed them hay. And hay is selling at $6 a bale right now. It's very scary times for manufacturers throughout the whole world, not just here in Sutter County. And we all need to pull together and support one another and do everything we can to buy local. Buy local is the same as shopping local. You know, there are great manufacturers here from Nelson to OMC to Co, Flory, Escalera, Davis Machine Shop. There's a lot of really good manufacturers out there, baked industries, that are doing stuff and shipping it all over the world. But we could be doing more for our people here. So I want to thank you for putting this together. I think this could be huge. It'll help really highlight what we're doing. And, you know, we shipped a couple of V-ditchers to Texas a few months ago. And the guy didn't look us up because, oh, Suica builds V-ditchers. He typed up V-ditchers. We popped up here in Sutter County. Who are you guys? You know what I mean? But the more exposure, the better it is. And that's why anything that we can do with the EDC And matter of fact, I'd like to set up some meetings with you and possibly one of the other supervisors here to figure out how we could help some of our smaller manufacturers and other manufacturers, not small, medium, and large, to get better, because we don't have the wheelhouse to do that. We've laid off a lot of our people, so we need help. And to help with that growth, you got smart people in your office, and maybe some of that could rub off on us and help us out here at how to get bigger, because same thing, we hire local, just like everyone else. When you walk through any of our shops, it's everyone that's working local. And just had Rennick House from Yuba County, Supervisor House, send me over an application from a young man that he taught there in school who's going to come out, and we're going to put him to work. That's great. An 18-year-old kid can roll into work and start out at $18, $20, $22 an hour. That's unheard of. And, he's going to work with us for a few years, and then he's going to move on to something bigger. But that's how it works. But thank you very much for putting this together.
Okay, thank you, Supervisor Ziegemeier. Supervisor Stevens?
Yeah, I see Brenda's here too, so I might just ask you, Brenda, maybe make a few comments on it. Is this a lot like the chamber event as far as awards, and can you, elaborate a little bit on what you foresee?
It is hot now. It is not like the chamber event. This will be an event, excuse me, specifically designed to recognize and honor Sutter County businesses only with a luncheon fashion. So it's more of a business recognition event than the gala award ceremony. Does that make sense? Less formal.
As something like that. It's a one-day event.
Yes, it will be a luncheon, 11 to 1:30, something along those lines.
To the chair.
Yes, Supervisor Boone?
Yeah, and this is going to be kind of catered towards agriculture. Is that the plan here? Or,
The intent will be to recognize those 4 categories that Steve read off. And we're also going to try to source as much of the food that we serve locally.
Okay, I just wondered with the awards if it was leaning more towards agriculture, since we're, 80% agriculture here in Sutter County. I understand all the other businesses here. I just was kind of leaning towards that. Are we just going to do one award for each kind of business? Is that what the breakdown is?
In my head, almost everything touches agriculture here.
Right.
Right? If I'm buying, if I have a tractor, I'm going to buy tires for my tractor that's going to cultivate my field, or whatever that is. It all ties back to ag.
Right.
But I think Supervisor Ziegemeier made some good points. And we're in the process of working with Yuba College to develop an ag tech program at the college. I'll be calling on a lot of you for input. We'll be meeting with the local businesses that work in and around ag. And like I said, in my head, it's almost everybody. So I think this will just continue to build on the great agricultural heritage that we have as a huge economic driver for the county and the community, and give Sutter County an excuse to thank our local businesses for being here and staying in business, being a part of the community.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Then I'd entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, first by Supervisor Ziegemeier, second by Supervisor Baines. Roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Ziegenmeier?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
Okay, great. Ayes have it. Motion carries. We're looking forward to a great event. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. Okay, we are now moving on to follow-up reports and announcements. And CAO Steve Smith, do you have any comments or announcements?
Yes, thank you. So next Tuesday at 10 a.m., we have our 25-26 budget hearings right here and in the chambers. We, I guess this is, of the multi-step process, we've had our annual budget workshop, public budget workshop with the board. That was in April. I forget what date it was, but it was at 6 p.m. We had a budget presentation in June at a regular meeting where the board adopted for the recommended budget for operation purposes, and then this will be the budget hearings, so we can go over any possible changes. Because of the other events leading up to this, it may not be as long as sometimes typically, because we've had so much public discussion about it. But of course, supervisors are free to pull and discuss any department and any budget in the county, and so are members of the public. So we look forward to that discussion again next Tuesday at 10 a.m. here in the chambers.
Okay.
And then also that Friday, the 22nd, from 5 to 7 at the Sutter County Museum is the Sutter Buttes calendar reception. So each year, usually in the late summer or fall, they have a reception for the next year's annual calendar, beautiful pictures of the buttes therein, local photographers, and even we're on August right now in the current year, and Daisy Becerra, who is a Sutter County employee, both her and her husband in the sheriff's office, she got a picture in it. So it's a lot of local folks, and buying it at the museum supports the museum as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Steve. We'll move on to district reports now, and we'll start with Supervisor Boone.
Thank you. Well, I've got some good news and some not so good news. Our Live Oak softball girls didn't make it past the Western Region Finals. They ended up in third place. But in recognition for winning the Northern State, I would like to propose for an Outstanding Achievement Award, possibly a plaque for the Live Oak softball team.
Okay. Thank you, Supervisor Boone. Supervisor Baines?
Nothing this time.
Okay. Thank you, Supervisor Baines. Supervisor Ziegemeier?
We'll start it out with a positive. I want to thank all the coaches out there, all the parents that volunteer their time to coach. Looks like Deputy Mendoza already took off. He's one of the coaches out there at the Sutter Junior Huskies. That takes a lot of work for those individuals to, you work all day and then you go out there and coach up, you build a game plan, you work all day, you coach Saturday, and then Sunday you're coaching, getting together and figure out what you're going to do for the week. But great job to all those parents and coaches that volunteer their time. I would like to, I'd like to get 3 plaques for the children of Gary Hunt for the commemoration of the 30th, This year marks the 30th anniversary of the poem written by Gary Hunt, who wrote the poems for Sutter High School. So those of you that went to Sutter High School, the team captain will chant out, and you'll repeat after him this poem, and then there's a football above the wall right there on the ceiling going out of the locker room, and it's tradition. It's something we've always done, and they still continue to do it today. It was the 30th anniversary of that poem this year. So like I said, I'd like to have a plaque made up for each one of the kids, and we'll get all of our signatures, all our names on there. And his wife, I think that's really awesome. You're seeing all these meet the Huskies, meet the Falcons, meet the Indians, a lot of great dinners going out there to raise a little more money for the sports. We went to meet the Huskies last Friday. It was awesome, about 1,000 people there. The season doesn't kick off. I don't believe high school season kicks off till the August 22nd. I believe all the schools are playing August 22nd, so that's exciting. Looking forward to that. And then in closing, I would like to close in memory of Troy Alexander, who I used to coach football with at River Valley High School, and Claudia Brookman, Stacy Brookman's father, Dan Higgins of Yuba County, and Gary Allred of Sutter. I used to work with Gary. Gosh, he knew me since I was born. Great guy, awesome welder, worked in the header shop there at Suico for many years. Marilyn Young, longtime teacher at Sutter High School. And Wes Klein. And that'll be it for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Supervisor Ziegemeier. Supervisor Stevens?
Thank you, Chair. I would like to propose at our next board meeting that we present Brian Davis of Be Extra Nonprofit a gold resolution in regards to his community service that he has brought to Sutter County and surrounding areas. Also, I would like to propose we direct staff into the possibility for applying a program offered by DMV to receive reimbursements to the county for funds used in disposing of illegal dump vehicles and boats. Staff can come back with a recommendation to the board. Number 3, I am proposing that the chair submit a letter to the governor's office opposing any change in redistricting of political lines at this time. We have a bipartisan committee to draw the needed lines. It was voted on and approved by the voters. Thank you.
Okay, Supervisor Stevens, thank you, and then Supervisor Baines.
Sorry, I do have one. We could please get a letter of sympathy, condolences sent out to Katie Goodson for the passing of her father.
Through the chair.
Yes, go ahead.
I forgot one thing. If we could put, I talked to you, Steve, about this, about putting in some sort of a budget amendment. I believe it was about $4,000 for uniforms for the volunteers for the sheriff's department. We talked about that. I believe that's something that should be warranted for those individuals. As of now, they have to pay for their uniforms and.
All right, thank you, Supervisor. Any other supervisors? This is your last chance. Go. Okay. All right, I would like to ask the board to present a resolution to Faith Christian Schools for their 50th anniversary. So if we could do that at an upcoming meeting, we'd like to do that. And then I would like to recognize Supervisor Ziegemeier and Supervisor Boone for their birthdays. So we're not going to sing to you today, but I just want to say happy birthday. Last week, both of you had birthdays, and we appreciate you for serving on this board. Supervisor Ziegemeier ran over 13 miles on his birthday. So I thought I was going to be calling Dr. Lou for a moment because I was a little concerned about him, but he actually did really well, just a little sore from what I understand. So, okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Have a great afternoon.
Excuse me, Chair. We
Closed
do
session.
have closed session.
Going to closed session.
We have 4 closed sessions. The first is Conference of Labor Negotiator Veronica Baumgartner, Sutter County General Supervisory Management Confidential and Professional Bargaining Units, Sutter County Professional Firefighters Association, and Sutter County Probation Officers Association, pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6. The second one is Conference of Legal Counsel, Existing Litigation, case name
You bet.
County of Sutter et al. v. Amerisource Spurgeon Drug Corporation et al., case number 118 OP 45640 DAP. The third.
Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Hi, I'm Neil Goforth of Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties. Caring for elders or even yourself has challenges. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties can help you address today's issues and plan for tomorrow with in-home and specialized care for you or your family members. Call us at 530-749-8800. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties.
the truth that comes through.